Good morning, guys. Coldest night of the winter so far, 26 below. It's cold. Um, and 2 days from now, it's supposed to warm up and be raining. So I don't know. Anyway, today well, as you can see behind me, I did get the hood and the other door in primer last night before it got too cold. And today, I guess I'm going to get on the brake pedal assembly. I'm going to have to go upstairs and dig it out. I'll bring you up there. I'll warn you now though, the lighting sucks, it's dark, but there's a lot of stuff up there. I mean, it's jammed. As far as brake pedal assemblies, I have two of them at least. One I believe is from a 71 El Camino, and the other one is from an 85 Fox Body Mustang. I'm thinking the Fox Body Mustang one might work out better because it's a little bit, it's not quite as bulky. The El Camino one is pretty bulky. Either way, it's going to have to be cut down, modified, made to fit. So yeah, I'll dig that up, and plenty to do. So let's just get to it, man. Okay, so first we gotta get to the stairs to get upstairs. So bear with me here. Oh, okay, here we go. Now, like I said, the lighting up here sucks, so bear with me. I did bring a flashlight. So as you can see, yeah, there's a ton of stuff up here. So we need a brake pedal assembly. So let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. All right, that is the Fox Body one, I believe. Come on. And that would be the throttle throttle pedal. So, okay. Yeah, this I think I can make work. So, I'll grab that. And what else we got down here? Oh, shifter. Ooh, master cylinder. What is that? Huh. Booster and master cylinder. Proportioning valve. Don't mind me, I'm shopping. This thing looks brand new. It is brand new. Huh. Okay. That's the whole brake setup right there. So I'm going to grab these pieces, get them near the trap door, and we'll haul them down. So let's take a look, see what else we got going here. A lot of motorcycle parts. 35 Ford grill, 34 Ford firewall. Yeah, rad support. A grill for my 56. Whole bunch of Harley tanks. Big block headers. Motorcycle frames. Bucket seats. Huh. That part of the seat there, maybe might be hauling that down too. And what else? Fenders, all kinds of motorcycle parts. Man, I got stuff. There we go. Intakes and carbs. More motorcycle tanks. More headers. These are small block Chevy, but they weren't going to fit on the truck. Here's another master cylinder and power booster. That's a big booster though. I like the small one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, grab those pieces, get them over here, and then we'll haul them down and I'll come back. Okay, so I didn't mess around. I brought it all down. At least the stuff I could see easily. There's more up there, I'm sure, but anyhow. Brake pedal setup, I was mistaken. The Chevy is so much simpler and easier. You know, simple brake switch to your brake light. Not very bulky, nice and simple and easy. So that's the one I'm going with. This Fox body thing, that's gone. So we're not using that. Now, masters and boosters. So these are all pretty much new. Now this master cylinder here is, you can see the two reservoirs are the same size. That would be for four-wheel drum brakes. But it's got the nice smaller booster on it, which I like. This master, it's got the small booster and it's disc and drum, but both lines are 3/16. My setup is for 1/4 inch rear lines, which brings me to this one. So, you know, we've got the disc drum and we've got a 1/4 inch rear line, 3/16 front line. So this master and this booster. So I'm going to take them apart and we'll match them up, and that's what we're going to end up using. So yeah, I'll this one here, take that away. That can probably go in my truck, my old Ford. So yeah, I'll take it apart, match up the pieces that I want with the El Camino brake pedal, and then we're gonna have to figure out our bracket to mount it under the dash. So I'll do what I gotta do, take them apart, match them up, get the rest of the stuff back upstairs, and then I'm gonna move some stuff around and bring the truck forward so that I can work on the cab without banging my head on the hoist and all that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm at, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm looking at this thing, and it looks like it might be pretty freaking simple. The only thing I have to worry about is the location of the booster. Make sure I don't hit the hood or whatever, steering column or anything like that. Modification should be pretty simple. One thing though, you know, this is out of a 71 El Camino. So if you look at the distance between the dash and the floor in this truck, and think about the distance on the El Camino is quite a bit shorter. So this pedal will probably have to be extended. But other than that, I don't see much to it. Might have to notch a bracket or something. But anyway, I'll fit it in to where I think it needs to be, and we'll see what happens. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But that's too far this way. So I'm thinking that this bracket in here will have to be notched just a little bit. There's a bracket that comes from the firewall to just where the center of the steering column is for support. But this here will pick up that support, right? So I should be able to disconnect that.
Okay, anyhow, and on top of that, I ended up keeping the brake booster and the master cylinder together. I'll show you that right now why. So you see this bracket here is the mate to the set of pedals I have. So this one here doesn't have that. So I pretty much have to use the Chevelle master as well. Now these masters are kind of funky. The way they sit under the hood, they're at an angle. If you can see how that bracket is, so the thing will actually shoot upwards, you know, from the firewall. So it's going to shoot upwards this way just a little bit. So you got to be careful where I put it, because the hood comes narrower, and you know, I don't want it to be hitting the hood or anything anywhere. So I'm going to be take a few more measurements, maybe notch a few things, and see where I'm at. Okay, so this was the brace running from the firewall to center of the steering column. You can see the little cutout there. I just cut it in half so I could get it out. It was actually spot welded on either side. Just used a chisel to get it out. But yeah, so with that removed, this is just going to take the place of that, except that it's going to go through the firewall, 4 bolts, and then this will be bolted here to under the dash. Now this hole here, ended up putting a cut in it right there and bending this tab up. Once it's in place, I'll fold it back down, and that's going to sit on top of this little hump here. Now this hump, it isn't for the column, it was for the shifter. The shifter was sitting on top of the column, 3-in-the-tree shifter. So, you know, we could put a bolt through like here, center, and catch this hole here, and yeah, we should be good to go. So I've already drilled my holes, and now I've just got to open this one up here. You can see the circle that I drew around it. That is so that this piece right here can fit through. And once I cut that, I'm just going to cut it with my jigsaw. We should be able to put all this together. So, not bad. You know, really, maybe a couple hours work in total. Not bad at all. And the pedal will definitely have to be extended, and probably bent out and in a little bit, but we'll see. Well, we can adjust that once we've got it swinging. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open that hole up, and we'll start putting this thing back together. Okay, so there we go. She's in place. I haven't hooked up the lever yet, but you do see where this is way too high off the floor. So yeah, we're gonna have to extend that pedal. I knew that. So I've just got to drill a couple of holes under the dash, bolt that in, and because this is all bolted in the front, and you can tell what I was talking about with that bit of an angle as it shoots up a bit, but there's plenty of clearance all the way around. So yeah, we're in good shape. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all, man. I should have used a hole saw though instead of a jigsaw for that hole in the middle. I don't know what I was thinking. I started drilling it, and then I realized, shit, I made the hole too big for a hole saw, so I had to cut it out with a jigsaw, but it worked out all right. Anyhow, so I'm glad that's done. That's a biggie, and I think we'll bring the pedal probably down out this way towards the seat, and maybe even in a little bit more. But yeah, all good. I'm gonna dig out the seat frame, I think, put it in place with a cushion on it, to kind of mimic what a seat would feel like, and then I'll have a better idea of where I want that pedal. You know, it's got to be in a comfortable spot, right? So yeah, having a seat in place would go a long way for that, as well as maybe even the steering column. So moving right along, wrapping things up, checking things off the list. I like it. Okay, good morning. It's Sunday morning, about 8 a.m. Last night, I wanted to bring the seat frame, this right here, into the garage, thaw it out, but it's frozen to the ground, and it's about 15 below right now. I'm going to dig it out because it is sunny today. Let the sun beat down on it for a bit. Running boards are there too. They got to come in as well. Yeah, let the sun beat down on it for a bit, and hopefully I can break it free and get it into the garage and thaw it out. So, yeah, probably take an hour or so. It's supposed to warm up to like -3, so that's not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna grab a coffee and shovel that thing out. Okay, well, it didn't take too long at all. Like I said, about an hour with the sun on it, and out she came. I just didn't want to reef on it too much and bend it or twist it out of shape, you know. So it's actually in pretty good shape. Should clean up pretty nice. And the only thing I do need desperately is a set of seat springs for this thing. The seat that was originally in here, that came with this truck, was too wide, and it was rubbing on the corners of the cab here. So it was out of a later model truck, probably 60s, early 60s. So either I've got to find a set of an original seat springs or cut down the seat springs I have to make them fit. That sounds like a pain in the ass to me. So I just as soon find a stock set of springs. There's got to be one around somewhere. I mean, guys put bucket seats in these things all the time. Scrap the old seat. There's probably one sitting behind somebody's garage right now. You know, within a mile of my house. So I just got to find it. So yeah, I'm gonna finish letting it thaw out and dry up. I'm gonna put it in place in the truck to see if everything is kosher and fits good, and then we'll clean it up and paint it. So I've got a old seat cushion upstairs. I don't think it's wide enough, but I can throw it on there just to get my ride height, seat height, you know, so that I can place my steering column and figure out where my pedals are actually going to be. And yeah, we'll be good to go. So here's that seat cushion from upstairs. I think it's out of a, you know, late 30s Ford coupe car. I might be able to make it work. It's pretty close at the front. At the back, though, it kind of tapers in. I'm not sure if I can build that out or not. But, you know, my upholstery problems are over. This thing's already done. Yeah, the mice have had their way with this one. Flip it up underneath. It's just loaded with most nest material. So I'm going to clean it all up, get rid of the upholstery and the padding and everything else. It's a little thick, you know, but we can fix that with different foam, I'm sure. So I'm going to see if I can make this thing work. Then I'll just need a back, and a back shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Yeah, so I'm going to get working on that and see what I can come up with. So in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to sand on the cab and some other stuff. So we'll get into this in the next video, I think. So there you go. So there you go. A couple good productive days. Got a lot of stuff figured out. Hopefully I can make that seat work out. That'd be great. Not only would I be saving a ton of money, but I'll have something ready for the upholstery girl. So yeah, the reason I'm pushing on the seat is, again, you know, I want to make sure the pedals and the column and everything else is in a comfortable ergonomic position, so to speak. So yeah, I've got to get that seat organized and figured out, at least close anyhow, and you know, get all that other stuff in place. That way there, you don't want to be doing this after the cab is painted, you know, drilling holes and messing around with stuff. You want everything to be able to just bolt together. So yeah, getting to that point where
I can really get after the cab and get it ready for paint. Once the cab is painted, it can go back on, and then we can run the wiring harness. And by we, I mean me. I always say we. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just trying to include you guys, you know. But anyway, yeah, wiring harness, get gauges, and get going on getting somebody to do the upholstery. I do have someone lined up. Um, you know, I got to take all these pieces off after, like the brake master cylinder and all that stuff, clean it all up and paint it, you know. And after the firewall's painted, then of course you can put all this stuff back on and it'll be done, looking pretty. So yeah, knocking things down, man, knocking things down. I'm quite pleased with progress over the past couple of weeks. Got a lot of stuff done. And you know, if you're doing one of these trucks and you got disc front, drum rear, that 68 to 72 Chevelle El Camino, probably I would imagine probably even a Nova is the same, similar. I don't know. There should be a bunch of Chevys from that era that'll have that same setup. It's easy. It's easy and it's slick. So, you know, brake pedal, master, and booster all together, just bolted together. Once you figure out your spot, you're good to go. So, yeah, very slick. Keep it in mind if you're doing one of these. Yeah, other than that, all good. So, you know, new subscribers, again, another good bunch. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you have subscribed, you know, tell a buddy, tell a chum, and spread the word. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And don't forget to leave comments down below. I like the comments and enjoy reading them. And I do try and respond to every one. So, yeah, all good. And you know what? If you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.